New Zealand. Let's go.
Coming up, Dan Hooker appears to have something cooking in the gym. It's UFC Noche week, and the main eventers Diego Lopez and Jean Silva check in.
I just got to get in there and show what's really in here, and in here I'm already the champ.
And coaching legend Lolo Heimuli is celebrated in film, and we've got tickets to give away to the premiere. Get ready for UFC on Sky.
This is the moment you've all been waiting for. Live from the sold-out Accor Arena in Paris, France. It's
So this is smart from Rohawa. Beautiful take. Gets in. Teams are front kicked in the stomach. Beautiful shot to the body. What a statement to make in your debut. There's a big from Mason John. Relentless. Oh, he can't take it. That's it, yeah. Bending the rock and jump. Oh, wait. Desta's got the corner. There it is. 30 seconds. That's the shot. That was a sleeper. That's it. Oh, he's gone.
the sport, the young ego, and I'm old. Thank you for the memories.
Another combination to entry by BSD. Yep. There it is. One big shot. So the shot! Wow! Beautiful counters there.
Lots of different ingredients to this one. The Imavov. Here comes Imavov.
Yeah, he committed to that one there. Big left hand.
Kia ora e te iwi no mai hoki mai ki UFC on Sky, ko Ravinda Hunia tōku ingoa. Joining me on the couch today, Dan Hooker, kia ora e hoa.
Oia.
Good, thank you. Look, it's fight week once again, UFC Noche, the annual event. Before we get into this though, we want a little catch up with you. I've seen you running around with your little lab coat on. We won't talk about it, but interesting to see your extracurricular activities.
I'm a content creator now.
You slowly become.
Back in the gym, training hard. I can't say anything because Ravinda will get me in trouble again. Last time I got the spank on the hand. You're in trouble, Dan Hooker. So you're gonna have to wait. Maybe next week we'll have something to talk about. But besides that, yeah, I got my fight show coming up. The Women of Scraps down in Christchurch. Are we allowed to talk about it on the show?
It's up to you.
32 convicted criminals will battle it out for $50,000. Does that sound like fun to you? It sounds like fun to me.
I feel like we need to edit in like lightning bolts or something.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm
You're getting good at this.
I'm getting better at the videos. Look Sharp is, I've just stumbled across
I
Look
thought
Sharp.
it was Look Sharp. Shout out Look Sharp.
Shout out
Look Sharp.
Before I used to stand there like a moron and just be like, hey guys. But now at least I'm putting a little bit more effort into my videos. But it's exciting times. It's going to be one heck of an event. It's going to be in an empty car park somewhere. Some undisclosed location. You can watch a live stream. It will be on Kick. If you don't know what Kick is, look at Kick. It's a streaming.
Look at Kick or look
it's
at
a
his
strip-
social media. You will find all the
It's a
details.
streaming platform on the Doctor's Kick account. I'll obviously post it all over my socials, but it's such a crazy live event. And now, like, we've uploaded the videos to YouTube on the Mac Life page and stuff in the past, and you've obviously seen clips of it on social media and that. So you've seen some of the highlights and some of the fights being uploaded to the page. But the actual live event is wild. Why we haven't done the last two live, I was making sure I didn't kill anyone. But now that I'm confident that no one's gonna die, pretty confident. Like, it just rolls, bro. And especially with this one, because we're gonna chuck the 32 fighters' names in the hat. We're gonna pull them out one by one. And it's like, we're going to pull them out to match them. We're going to get 32 fighters standing around. We're going to pull your name out of a hat. You step up, pull another name out of the hat. You step up, fight, you win. You're on to the next round. Your name goes back in the hat. So there'll be 16 fights in that first round. So a lot of it's going to come down to luck of the draw. Like, if we have two of, like, the very experienced fighters or everyone...
Good friends, because everyone knows everybody.
Everyone's watching out. Like, or if you just pull a crumb in your first match, if you pull some mug who's just out of nowhere and you smack them over early, you obviously have a huge advantage going into the second round. Because as soon as that first round's finished, we don't take a drinks break, we don't have a 5-minute rest. There's nothing like that.
The live stream isn't that long for
the names are gonna go back into the hat and you get pulled. So if you fight last in the first round and fight first in the second round, you're gonna have to fight back to back. And obviously, as it rolls, I don't stop because I have ADD. So I just keep the whole show moving. In those other two, the girls went a bit longer because I kept losing them. But we have everyone standing around. Obviously, no one's going to leave. I'm confident that we'll knock the 30 fights out, or 32 fights, or whatever it is, out. I reckon it'll be around 45 minutes.
Wow.
So there's no, when there's like a rubbish fight on the UFC and you go and get a drink or go to the toilet, or like, there is no, a hot dog fight. There's no hot dog fighting. There's no walkouts. So it's not like we have we don't have a muck around. It's like everything I want in a fight show, because I get bored of the walkouts. You know what I mean? When they're standing around and they play the music and they're turning around and they're kissing their coaches and making out with their coaches before they jump into the ring. I'm just like, just get in the ring and just fight. And then Bruce Buffer's in the middle going, hey guys, how's your days going? I don't care, just fight. And then the fight starts and they touch gloves and they stare at each other for 15 minutes going, faint, 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 faint. 1 minute elimination style tournament. Just fight. Just get in there and fight. And the fighters that this show attracts is guys that just want to fight. Yeah. They just want to step. We're cutting all of that. Just stand there. You throw a punch, I'll throw a punch, and then we're going to get into it. 21st of September, 1 p.m. I'm targeting 1:45 p.m. I will be shocked if this goes longer than an hour. And if it does go longer than an hour, I have a money back guarantee. Sold. All right. Moving on. UFC Noche.
Also,
now I'm fired up.
Before we skip through, we will be... I mean, you quickly glazed over that training and preparation and la-di-da-di-da. We will get back to that, whānau. We promise you. We will be getting back to that.
Oh, yeah. I'm doing my own thing, but I am, everyone can stop complaining, stop going, hurry up and fight.
Before we move
I am hurrying up and I will fight.
And now
I just can't tell Ravinda because I told her last time and she told all of you guys.
Rubbish. Rubbish.
I may have told you guys as well.
Via a YouTube feed, perhaps?
I may have been here. But I'm not taking responsibility for it.
Kapai. You know, the one thing I take away from all of this is that something is in the works, so we're happy with that.
I'm not, don't look at me to confirm.
It's the folded arms for me.
This is...
One thing we do know for sure this weekend is that Diego Lopez and Jean Silva will be headlining UFC Noche, which is an amazing fight to have when we're thinking about the featherweight scheme of things and thinking about next possible contenders for Alexander Volkanovski. This has come up a couple of times now. But your thoughts on this fight? I'm predicting fireworks.
100%. This is a banger, like as a main event fight, this is a banger. I'm very excited for this fight. They're going to stand, they're going to trade. It's going to be one heck of a fight. And there's title implications on the line. I feel like 100% whoever gets their hand raised in this fight will be fighting for a title. Because they're the most exciting guys. I hear Lopez moves the needle. I know Silva and the Fighting Nerds are doing an incredible job. Winner of this fight gets a title shot. And a lot of people will say, oh, there's some other guys out there. Murphy, I've been told he's too boring. Lots of love. But, you know, maybe on the microphone, not as a fighter, but getting out there and selling fights and shooting and then doing that side of things. Some fighters just take a little bit more time if you don't want to say it with your chest. Moves on, Ivalov or whatever. No one cares. No one cares. No one cares to see him fight. Aljamain Sterling, UFC hates you, my friend. I love you. I love you. Your rum's outstanding, but the big wigs, they hate you for some reason. Sorry, Cobb. The winner of this fight's getting the title shot.
Absolutely. And if you can't remember who Jean Silva is, you're crazy for one. But once you hear the barking, you will know straight away that Jean Silva is in the house. But your thoughts on the fight news? They've been getting a bit of a tough rap lately. Haven't been having results going their way. But Jean Silva seems to be he is the last undefeated fighting nerd, and could maybe bring them some peace again with the with the fight fans as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's just fight fans, bro. You're as good as your last fight in this game. You get submitted, you suck and you should retire. You win and then the sun shines out of your ass and you should be world champ. Like, that's just the sport, you know. I'm sure Ruffy wins his next fight. Everyone will think he's the man again and he's the next big thing, title champion, or this and that. But yeah, Silva can turn it all around. You know, there's a Fighting Nerds getting a bit of a bad rap, but Silva gets his hand raised. Big knockout. Fighting Nerds are back in business. And
Absolutely.
That's just the sport we play. If you don't like the way we play it, play something else. I like playing with all of my chips on the table. I love it. Don't complain that you lose a fight and everyone says you suck and you should retire. Like, that's what you want to play a team sport, you can hide behind some of the other players. You want to go out there and be a fighter and put it all on the line. Then when you lose, take it on the chin, suck it up. Because that's just, if you would have got your hand raised, you wouldn't be sitting around telling everyone, oh, don't bully my favorite fighter. No, you wouldn't. And that's the fun of it, is that when your fighter wins, you get to go on the other fighter's social media, and everyone that you argued with on fight week, you can go and rub it in their face. And if that wasn't a possibility, that would take half the fun of it.
Absolutely. And look, a fighter that is coming back from defeat last time around for the title fight was Diego Lopez. I caught up with him and Jean Silva ahead of UFC Noche.
Oh, you talked to them?
Yeah.
Wow.
Whānau, joining us now is the second-ranked UFC featherweight Diego Lopez. Welcome back to the show, Diego.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much. I mean, I'm happy for you back here for talk with you.
Look, another day, another fight, but another UFC Noche. I want to ask you, first of all, what this event means to you in particular to be on the UFC Noche card.
For me, it's amazing, no? It's amazing for party with this. I remember my fishing Noche UFC. I'm staying in the corner with Alexa. It's 2023, I think. Last year, I'm in the main card. Now I'm headlining in Noche UFC. I'm so grateful with UFC for sending this chance for representing the Mexican people.
Absolutely. And we know you have very strong ties to the Mexican people, as you mentioned, Alexa Grasso, and everything that you've done to help her and her get ready for fights. But let's talk about your preparation after that last fight with Alexander Volkanovski. What have you taken away from that we can see this weekend?
Oh, it's like the preparation is very well. My training camp is amazing. I I do this training camp in two parts. I'm staying in Oklahoma City for training a little bit of wrestling for this guy, the college. After this, I move again to Puebla. Puebla is my city. I live in Mexico, in Puebla, for finish my training camp for more 6 weeks.
Absolutely. And I feel like you're such a well-rounded fighter, strong on the feet, you know what to do on the ground, you're strong everywhere. Do you feel that this is the advantage you have over Jean Silva?
Yeah, I think this is my advantage for Jean Silva, but I think in my experience too. My experience, I think it is like is one advantage for me because I sharp the octagon with Volk for 25 minutes. It's like the fight I learned a lot of this fight. I mean, I have more confidence in myself now. I think not is new for me, not is new for me because since I stay in UFC, I'm facing the best guy in the world. My first fight I fight the guy number 9 in the ranking. In my last fight, I'm fighting with the champion. It's like I think nothing UFC is surprise for me. I feel a lot of confidence for this fight. I feel more confidence in myself too.
I know that there's not a title on the line this time, but what did you take away from preparing for 5 rounds, something that, as you say, Jean Silva has not yet done?
Oh, the prepared for 5 rounds again. It's not title fight. You mentioned this, but it's like I think it's the same. It's the same because normally UFC prepare to you for the next shot or the next main event again. No, I love fighting the 5 rounds, but I work for this fight for finishing quick.
Yeah, fair enough. And he'll want to do the same. We've seen from his fights, he's fought 3 rounders, but they haven't even made it to the end.
Oh yeah, the 3 rounds is very short. It's very short, but I think now is in the point of my career. I think how fight is to hit from the front is like 5 rounds. This is my focus now. I prepared for 5 rounds, but I prepared for finish the fight quick too. I think the people like this.
I know you didn't win that last fight, but how much do you feel you've grown as a fighter after that title fight with Volkanovski?
Oh yeah, I learned a lot with this fight. I mean, another person now, another fight, another person. This changed a lot in my life. It's like 2 things. I changed a lot of things in my professional career, and I changed a little bit things too in my personal life. I tell you this for you. It's like I have more confidence in myself now.
That's great. That's a positive thing. That is the growth, to stay confident, even despite.
Yeah, because like many people after the loss, it's like don't have the sense for your next it's like many people is lost your life, is lost your career. It's like it's easy you build one thing, but it's hard you stay, you maintain this. I think it me is different. I'm lost my last fight. For me is easy. I'm lost. I mean, okay, I don't want to fight again. I take rest. It's so easy. But after this fight, of course, I'm sad. I'm sad for lose the fight. But after this, I tell my team, I tell my coach, okay, let's prove again one big things for the next fight. I need one fight for me. This is not for people. This is for me. I feel good with the fight.
I think that shows a lot of mental strength. Is that something that are you just mentally strong as a person, or is there something that you do to ensure that your head stays strong?
No, my mental strong is like for a long time. I live it to my house. I want like 18. I live like the last 12 years my life. I live alone, with my family close. It's like nothing, It's like I happening things in my life. My mental is like so strong. Not is new for me. The loss is not new for me. I think this is the most important thing now.
You seem very happy. We see Jean Silva, he's crying, very emotional, but you seem very calm, very happy.
Yeah, this is me. This is me. Trust me. I think nothing is happy to hear for the future is the same I happy before I'm staying UFC. It's like my life before UFC is so hard. And now I'm stay the best life in my whole life. Like I don't have time for stateside.
Yeah, fair enough. And look, this weekend, I know the featherweight division is very active at the moment. There's a lot of fights happening. How important is it for this fight to be, an exciting one to, solidify a spot to potentially face Volkanovski again?
Yeah, I think now the division after the Little Murphy win is like a little bit mixed, because Movsa have you chance for Movsa pull out the last fight. This is number one contender, but the people don't have news with him, and there's nothing knows happening now with him. Little Murphy stay in the top. Me, Jean, I think is the very important fight too for UFC having one conversation for the next for the title. No, I think Saturday night I'm taking a big win, a big knockout, a big submission, complete domination for put my name again in the table for the fight for the title.
Exciting, very exciting. Us here in New Zealand can't wait to see it, Diego. All the very best for UFC Noche.
Thank you so much, New Zealand.
Joining us on the show now is 10th ranked UFC featherweight Jean Silva. Jean, welcome to the show. First of all, on the ground in San Antonio, getting ready for UFC Noche. How has it all been on the ground, getting ready to be a main event?
Eu tô mega feliz, né? Bom, Jean Silva aqui, o cara mais agressivo dessa parada.
So first of all, this is John Lord Silva speaking from San Antonio. And, I'm just really honored and feeling blessed to be in the main event of this huge event, huge night for Mexico, Mexican Independence Day, UFC Noche. So I'm just really very overjoyed right now with this moment and honored to be part of this and to have been chosen to be in this main event.
Exactly, because you haven't been in the UFC for too long, maybe a year and a half. 5 wins in the UFC, you've taken the division by storm, warranting this opportunity. Do you feel you deserve to be here in this moment?
Eu posso te falar que eu sou promotor de eventos.
I can tell you that I'm an event promoter and I've accomplished a lot and still going to accomplish much more here. So I present to you, Jean, the event promoter.
I love that. I feel you've brought something different at Fight Week. We have seen you, get quite emotional, which sometimes we don't see from fighters, and also at the press conference, or the media day, bringing up your team, your coaches, your manager, your wife up on stage with you to show the world the team behind Jean Silva. Talk to us about the team that has got you to this moment.
Eles não são um time, sabe? Tipo, são minha família. Tem pessoas que chegaram agora essa semana aqui, que nunca tiveram trabalhado comigo, estão aqui. As pessoas se entregam de coração e eu acho que você descobre que você tem uma boa família por essa entrega que as pessoas têm contigo. Então, não é um time, não. Isso aqui é mais com uma família.
This is more than a team. It's more like a family. Everyone's always together. Everyone works together for the same ideal. And, there's so much love and loyalty and companionship and so many different things involved in these people around us that we've just built this family. So I'm just very, very happy with everything.
Yeah, look, we've seen you, quite emotional this week, showing a lot of gratitude about this opportunity this week. Is there at some point where we see a switch? Because usually when we see you walk out, we see you barking, getting the crowd pumped up. So when does that switch for you?
Legal, né? Legal tudo isso. Acho que a gratidão, ela tem que partir de dentro do
when you're grateful, you just have to be grateful from your heart. It's not just words. So, Hunter and Dana, and they've built up the biggest fighting promotion, the biggest event in the world, and I'm headlining it. So I am very grateful. And, you're asking me that, and you're definitely going to see Lord walking out on Saturday.
Amazing. Have you thought about that moment yet? Walking out, main event, we already saw you quite emotional with, the fact your face was on the poster, but have you thought about that moment when the time is yours and you step into the cage as that main event?
Eu penso isso 24 horas. 24 horas eu penso isso. E eu não vou me conter, não. Eu vou deixar fluir, sabe? É como o movimento das nuvens.
Yeah, I think about that moment 24 hours a day. That's all I'm thinking of. And I'm ready for it. And I'm just going to let myself live that moment and enjoy that moment. Just let it flow. Like the clouds in the skies, you look at one and then there's more coming, and the stars, and the universe just flows, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'm just really happy to be living this present moment right here.
And the stars do seem to be aligning for Jean well and truly. Last question before I let you go. You've had 5 amazing fights in the UFC, 5 amazing finishes, very exciting, very, worth fireworks. How important is it to put on as a spectacular performance this weekend to try and solidify a spot for the title down the line?
Eu só vou corrigir uma coisa. Eu sei que no papel ainda tá 5 lutas, 5 vitórias, mas são 6 lutas, 6 vitórias.
I'll just correct one thing. I know that on paper it says 5 fights, 5 finishes. It's 6 fights, 6 finishes, 4 bonuses. I just got to get in there and show what's really in here. And in here, I'm already the champion. So I got to go out there and show everyone what I already feel it inside me.
Well said. Very exciting here in New Zealand. We cannot wait to see you in action against Diego Lopez this weekend. Thank you very much for your time. Obrigado.
Uau. Parabéns pelo português. Gostei.
Congrats on the Portuguese, he says.
Obrigado demais. Eu quero deixar claro aqui que eu sei que hoje é através da internet, mas eu espero que a gente possa fazer ao vivo ainda, né? Sabe? Mas eu quero agradecer por ajudar a realizar o meu sonho, porque isso...
He says thank you, and we're doing this virtually on the internet. Hopefully we get to speak in person one day, and just thanking everyone who's a part of this. And you have no idea what it's like to fulfill your dreams like this. It's amazing.
Amazing. Thank you so much. All the best to those gentlemen this weekend. But Whānau, next week there is a biopic dropping about Lolo Heimuli, who is one of the coaches in New Zealand renowned for combat sport and being a coach of many stars over the years. And this biopic is called Lolo, the Champion Maker, who has seen him coaching the likes of Mark Hunt, Ray Seffel, Shane Cameron, Eugene Behrman, and a whole host more. He's still active in the fight community now. We were at a grassroots boxing event not too long ago where him and his family were there running the event and looking at the next crop of stars coming through, especially in the youth.
My name is Lolo Heimuli. I'm the coaching director of Belmont Gym and our youth program, which is called Basic Academy. Today is part of our development program. We are running amateur boxing, and majority of our boxers today are juniors and cadets. All the benefit or money, monetary benefit from this event all go to our Basic Academy. Yeah, my son's fighting there, and of course it's I'm no different from any parents. I'm nervous, but it's for a good cause. Everybody's training hard. They're all looking forward to be on TV.
But Dan, maybe you can give us a little bit more insight into Lolo Heimuli and the impact he has made to combat sport in NZ.
Yeah, massive in New Zealand, a huge, the champion maker pretty much says it all. You know, the coach, our coach, Eugene Behrman, which obviously formed the next generation and the success we're seeing now in Israel Adesanya and the likes. But yeah, Mark can't race football. He's trained absolutely everyone. So I'm excited myself to go and learn more about how important he was to New Zealand combat sports history.
That's right. And the gym he is with, obviously, Balmoral Liga, and Balmoral Liga has a very long history and was, you know, one of the foundations of city kickboxing now, really, isn't it? There's a whole host of fighters.
Most of the gyms scattered around New Zealand come from Liga lineage. Fighters have gone on to open their own gyms. I'd say most of the gyms around the country have some kind of connection. So obviously, without Lolo and Balmoral Liga and the Liga legacy, combat sports would not be what it is today in New Zealand.
Okay, Whānau, good news. We have 3 double passes to give away to the premiere of Lolo, the Champion Maker. You just need to comment below on who your favourite fighter is that has been taught or coached under the legend Lolo Heimuli to be into the draw. The best answers will be in for those double passes. Remember, you have to be in Auckland, and in Auckland next Tuesday evening. It is at the Capitol Cinema and starts at 6 p.m. And speaking of local talent, Whānau, Arsenal X goes down this weekend at Event Finder Stadium, and it's a hybrid schedule of the night, isn't it, Dan? 3 rounds, 3 different disciplines on one event, which is pretty exciting. And what are your thoughts on that? Fighting 3 rounds, 3 different disciplines, you know, very specific.
Yeah, pretty crazy that they kind of switch things up. First round kickboxing, second round Muay Thai, so then you're allowed to knee and elbow, things like that, and then the third round MMA. So it's just a pretty crazy mix when you know the fighters that are going into it. You know, if you're fighting a grappler, someone that's a lot better than grappling than you want to get it done in those first 2 rounds. You know what I mean? No, so it's just that adds an extra bit of excitement. And then it's also, you know, I think it's great for encouraging guys with striking backgrounds into MMA, because they're not just then jumping, like these aren't going on their pro MMA records or anything like that. And then you're not got like a kickboxer or a Muay Thai fighter, a striker, because New Zealand has an incredible, we got top quality strikers coming out of our ears. But if we want them to transition into the MMA and eventually get into the UFC, this is like a huge, this is a great step, you know, because it's only the last round that they have to grapple. And the first 2, it's kind of their world. So it's a great bit of progression. So I'm a really big supporter of the show.
Yeah, and from the makers of King in the Ring, when you talk about striking and kickboxing, and one person that featured on the last King in the Ring and made it to the final against Blood Diamond, and who will be featuring at Arsenal X this weekend, is Hayden Crawford, and I got to catch up with him. Hayden, welcome to UFC on Sky, and first of all, congratulations being announced to, you know, come on to Arsenal X after such an amazing performance at King in the Ring. Let's get to know you a little bit more. Our viewers won't be, you know, too aware of who you are in the early stages of your career so far. So talk to us about how you even found combat sport.
Well, about 4 years ago, I started off just boxing, just in my hometown, Te Araha. I was only doing it like maybe twice a week, you know, didn't really think much of it. And it wasn't until like a couple of mates of mine started fighting, and I was like, oh, kind of want to go do a little bit of kickboxing. So I went and trained over with them in Morrinsville, and kind of just fell in love with it. It was cool. Started taking it a bit more serious and got asked to have a fight. So, yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Talk to us about that, bro. Like, where you're from, Te Aroha, training in Morrinsville. What's the fighting scene like down there? You know, people won't really know what combat sport is like down there.
Yeah, well, small towns, I guess. I mean, it's like any other place, you know. You want to, you know, if you're a fighter, you know. There's New Zealand as a whole has got heaps of fighters, and, you know, people that want to fight. So, yeah, it's not much different to, you know, other places, just a bit smaller.
Yeah, true that. And I know that in those small little places too, like rugby seems to be the big sport. I know there's boxing scattered throughout the country, not so much the kickboxing though. So what made you think, oh, nah, I've tried this now and I'm set on kickboxing?
Personally, to me, it was like a bit easier than boxing. I feel like boxing is a bit harder. Just suited me. I got long legs, so kicking and stuff it helped, But yeah, it was kickboxing's the way to go, I reckon. I like using all the tools.
And there's such a rich history of kickboxing in New Zealand. I wanted to know, who have you been looking up to anybody over the years, or when you're only young, but is there anyone that you were looking up to, coming into these big cards you're coming on now?
I never really followed the sport like too much growing up. I knew of like Joseph Parker and Israel Adesanya's come up was pretty cool, but like I was more, I was grew up like watching like Dragon Ball Z and Naruto, so like the fictional characters kind of got me into it a little bit. Yeah.
That's actually quite a common story. I know when we, even Lolo Heimuli, who's one of the godfathers of kickboxing in New Zealand, Muay Thai, he even was, Bruce Lee was it for him. That was the person he looked to before he did, and Israel Adesanya, I think you said Naruto there, he's a big fan as well. So not uncommon to look at those characters. And now you're performing on, New Zealand's biggest combat sports stages. Some of these stages have seen, fighters go off and do amazing things around the world, including the UFC. So how was that King in the Ring experience for you? And considering you did pretty well in that card as well.
It was wicked to fight on like a promotion like that. I was a little bit gutted, obviously, like I always believe in myself and I want to, take it further, but I don't know, my composure went a little bit out the window in that last fight and ended up paying for it. But it's all about learning and just striving to do better. So,
yeah, I was going to say, I mean, one thing to get into the ring and have a fight, but it's another with, all the cameras and the lights and the fireworks and the dramatic walkout and the DJ and it's a big spectacle. So you wouldn't probably be guilty of, maybe losing that composure because the occasion is so huge. But how did you find fighting in an environment like that with all eyes on you?
I mean, I tried blocking it out as best I could, like, because you kind of just you're there to do a goal, have a fight and you're there for one thing. But it was definitely cool, having a lot of people support me and like crazy experience, it's a bit of a thrill. So just keen to do it again. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I also feel fighters are their biggest critics too. So you'll be like, oh, I wish I could have done this and blah, blah, blah. But by the feedback that's been coming about you, everyone was very impressed. I mean, you didn't take away, the check at the end, but everyone was like, can't wait to see what this kid has, moving on to the next few cards. And now here you are, given the call up to Arsenal X. So talk about this call up and how you've prepared and how maybe King in the Ring has helped you prepare for this stage.
Yeah, well, I plan on, picking my shots a little bit better and just all about my timing. I'm just I got a lot to show everyone. I just want to keep getting better, keep showing my skills, and I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for this weekend and keen to put on a show. Yeah.
And Arsenal X is a bit different, from other cards like King of the Ring. Obviously, you come in and you have your 3 kickboxing fights, but this one is 3 rounds, 3 disciplines: boxing, kickboxing, and Muay Thai. So what are your thoughts on that, on the way they do this competition?
Yeah, it's crazy. I like how you like add a weapon each round. It's like there's no show like it. So it's definitely unique, and I'm keen to jam those smaller gloves out too, be a little bit less forgiving if you make a mistake and whatnot. So yeah, that's cool. Wicked show. Glad to be a part of it.
Yeah, nice one. And then you were just talking about boxing and how you started there and then moved on to kickboxing. So how does it feel to go back to your roots of sorts to start the fight?
Yeah. Well, I'm comfortable, in the boxing. I'm comfortable in the kickboxing, and most of my fights have been Muay Thai, so I'm comfortable there as well. I'm keen to wherever, all of them. I'm ready to go. Yeah.
And what statement do you want to make this weekend, bro? It's a big stage. More cameras.
Yeah, well, I just want to show everyone what I'm about, you know. So not in it to lose, you know. I'm here to win. So
Wicked, bro. Well, all the very best for this weekend. I know that there are a lot of people that can't wait to see you get back in there and compete again. So all the very best at Arsenal X this weekend.
yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate you.
Whānau, we're only a couple of weeks away from UFC Perth. Of course, Carlos Ulberg up against Dominic Reyes on September the 28th in Perth. Give us a quick rundown. Dan, how's Carlos been going in the gym?
Best he's ever looked. Best he's ever looked. And now I am a serial hyper-up of my friends, but as we know, I've decided to not do that anymore and to tell the truth. That's why I said Balkan Beer and Aaron Toe are lazy. Now, Carlos Ulberg, he's actually looking really phenomenal inside the gym, sparring, hitting like a truck. Like, he's the hardest kicker I've ever trained with in my life.
Yeah.
And then I go out there, and you know how bad it pisses me off when I go out there and I watch him fight and he doesn't throw any kicks? I'm like, just kick the guy and then fall over. But he started kicking more. It's crazy, and we all know like his hands when he lets him fly. But that guy's just an athletic freak. He's so fast, he's so athletic, and he's looking the best he's ever looked. It's really his time. Big turn.
Absolutely. Whānau, do not miss it. If you can't head over to Perth, of course, all the action will be live on ESPN, but UFC on Sky will be on the ground, so hopefully we do see you there. Packages are still available through our friends at Sportsnet Holidays. Head on over to ufc.com/Perth. Thank you for joining us. Hei kona.
Congratulations, get over here. You're fighting in Perth.
The heavyweight division's a bit stale at the moment, so I'm here to spice things up into the fray. Let's go.
The wait is finally over. The Octagon has returned to the land down under in Perth, Western Australia.
Listen to this crowd go nuts.
This is awesome. Oh, the Aussies are all sorts of fired up.
It does not get any better.
Oh, my goodness. Perth, this entire MMA craze nation.
There is nothing like this.
Live from the RAC Arena, here we go! The undisputed